This is a dream world hypothetical scenario. Would you be okay with your long-term monogamous partner going to a nightclub, bar, or party type environment where throughout the course of the night, he's going to get approached, flirted with, and sexually pursued by numerous attractive women, some of which are more attractive than you and could potentially be a better partner than you, and these women are buying him drinks, getting him drunk, and enthusiastically want to sleep with him that night and steal him away from you. And his single manho friends are rallying, being a bad influence. You're gonna tell me you'd be okay with that.
Would you guys be okay with that?
That's not
That's
necessarily
great.
what
That's
happens on a night out.
I don't know if you noticed, but he described what
So
woman.
that's exactly what's going on
Wait,
in the
what?
situation.
Yeah.
He
what
literally
described,
just
he
explained.
described is
What
what
he
women
described
go
is
through
exactly.
all the time.
Unless
So that's basically what he's talking about. It's like if you go out there with your homegirls and, you know, y'all are engaging with dudes and all this other stuff, constantly being approached and so on and so forth. Like, is that something that you would want your significant other to be engaging in on a regular basis? And sometimes we get so wrapped up in like what we want to do in the moment, we don't think about what it actually means or how the other person may feel about it. Let's continue though.
you're super famous, guys are not gonna have.
You're super famous.
Yeah, I'm talking.
In general,
average women get this experience that I just described. So
Average women.
Yeah.
average
Not
women,
every woman.
average
Not every
women,
On-
woman,
in
but
general?
average women do.
but most. Okay,
I get it.
you're going to tell me you'd be okay with that.
No,
No.
not with that. Definitely no.
So you can see how this can be a little contradictory because none of you would be okay with it, right? But then you say guys should be okay with girls going out all the time, but that's exactly the scenario.
She didn't say
Oh,
that.
you didn't say
I
that,
didn't
but
say
you
that.
you
Said
two
it.
mainly said
Okay.
Yeah,
that.
like why are you
Into the
guys
mic-
asking us this question unless you think like every guy does it at a
You
club?
got speak into the microphone, please.
So I was asking like why would you ask the question unless you think like every other guy does that in the club? Like you asked the
Wait.
question for a reason. Like
We,
Are
the
you-
reason,
hold on, what?
the reason why he
I don't
asked
think-
this
yeah.
question, she was asking why are we asked that. Why are you asking that question? The
She's
reason,
explaining.
the
Unless it
reason why
happens.
he asked that question is because we were receiving criticism for saying like it's a deal breaker if a girl's regularly going to clubs without
Yes.
us. That
So-
situation that he just described that you guys wouldn't be okay with happening to your boyfriend, that
Who's a woman?
happens to women all the time.
Think about it. Woman
Which
getting
is
hit on.
why we're saying we're not okay with our long-term partners putting themselves in situations
yeah,
like
and that's
that.
why I'm asking why you asked the question. Is like that what people like go through like at the club?
Yeah,
No,
that's
guys
you're
don't go
saying-
through that.
You're saying
Yeah, I'm
you
just
weren't.
asking.
You're saying you're not okay with him.
No, of
that
course I'm
situation
not.
as he just described. But you guys were criticizing us, like looking at us
For,
like we
like,
were
not wanting-
weirdos
yeah,
for
I
not wanting our
understand
girlfriends
exactly.
to go clubbing.
I understand exactly what you guys are saying.
So you guys.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to get her to see it from his perspective, right? Like basically flip it around. If you had, because it's more, it seems to be more so supposedly where it's like women are more likely to still want to go out and club and have girls trips and so on and so forth when they're in a relationship. That's basically what's being said here, so on and so forth. And he's just trying to get her to see the situation from the male perspective, because there's some women that still want to do it even though the guy might feel some way, and the women feel like, oh, he's controlling and all this other stuff. He's like, no, I want to protect what's mine, you know what I'm saying? I want to protect the whole situation, and you know, even if it's not even about protecting or whatever, it's about, hey, I don't like the idea once we are an item of my woman being constantly approached, dancing with random guys, so on and so forth, or even in that type of environment. So he's trying to get them to see the situation from the male perspective, and it is taking her a second to kind of really get it. So
So you can see the.
Contradiction there?
Yes,
Do
I
you
see
think
the
if you had,
contradictory
like,
points.
a girlfriend, like she would actually do that to you guys?
What do you mean? Okay,
What?
no, but look, like we could be saying to you guys, why aren't you okay with that?
We'll move on. Allison, do you have a take on this real quick?
Hypothetical question.
We were saying a good girlfriend wouldn't want to do that, and you were like, why does that make her a bad girlfriend? Basically, like,
No, she-
why
I'm
can't
good
she
on
go
this
clubbing and still be a good girlfriend?
Eric, you can switch it back, by the way.
So that guy in that story, what we could be saying to you, like, why is that not okay for him to be doing that? Like,
I don't think they
shouldn't you trust him?
No, I
it's
get it.
hypothetical. I'm
You guys
just
are just
saying, do you
describing
guys
what girls
truly
go
believe
through
Yeah.
that,
and
like,
putting
something like that
guys
would
like
happen?
twins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
But he
No,
did that
that-
after you guys were looking at us skeptically and critically for saying we wouldn't be okay with long-term girlfriends doing that.
I would be okay with him doing that as long as he's not cheating.
So, I mean, you don't really know if the person is going to be cheating. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of a trust type of situation. I think these girls on the left are sisters or something is bothering me.
Yeah, as long
There's
as
no
he's
way to
not
know
So
that. But if
you're
I
okay
trust
with-
my partner,
You're okay with him going into situations like that regularly where chicks are trying to get him drunk and have sex with him, his boys are cheering him on, you're totally cool with that?
yes, as long as he's not doing it.
But
I think there's significant
Okay.
risks there.
There are
Stop.
big
Yeah.
risks.
hold on.
It's better
Stop
to
the
not
cap.
put yourself in temptation. my
Wait, did you
There's
say
no
no when
way
he first asked that?
I
you
wouldn't be with the
I
type
didn't
of guy
answer.
that would do like that thing to me. I would
Do what thing?
do exactly what
Free
you guys
drinks,
were
that's
saying.
fine.
The hypothetical like situation you created, like I would never date a guy that would actually do that to me.
And that's why we're saying we wouldn't date women that would
would
put
do that.
themselves in
Yes,
situations
but
like
I-
that.
if-
And you guys looked
I
at
get
us
it.
like we were fucking controlling freaks.
Boom. You can't really build with anybody, male or female, if they're serving some form of some kind of a temptation, right? If they're constantly putting themselves in the line of fire of temptation, if they're serving their ego, serving validation, whatever their friends may think, if they're doing that, if they're lined up with that, then they can't align with you, right? They're always going to be more loyal to whatever their temptations may be. And if somebody is just stuck in the mode of wanting to be validated or get attention from the opposite sex, then it's going to be very difficult to build with them. It's almost better not to even indulge in certain kinds of temptations, because after a while it kind of gets to where it's very difficult to break, right? If you get a woman that's constantly going out, constantly getting that validation, that attention, like randomly dealing with dudes in promiscuous types of ways, it can be difficult to break those types of habits. So I say don't even indulge in it like that. If you go prior to getting serious with somebody, don't go that often. Because I mean, if you're going to the club, I mean, you kind of know what it is. People trying to get laid or whatever. So it don't make sense to me to even deal with somebody that is still aligned with being involved in like heavy temptation or so on and so forth. So that's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you think. Am I tripping? Matter of fact, I got a question. How about this? If you're in a committed relationship, not just seeing somebody, but in a committed relationship, should either party still be regularly going out to the club? All right? Should that be a thing? Should that be okay? Male or female? All right. Let me know what you think. I'm very curious about the answers in the comment section. So let's see what happens. All right. Y'all have a good one.